Hey, good morning. Coming to you from Tulum, Mexico. And man, I'm excited. I've been up since I got up at 3:30 this morning. And it's just 6 a.m. now. The sun hasn't even come up yet. And I'm going to take some time to introduce a few ideas, give you a little background. And so let me introduce myself. According to my birth certificate and my straw man, my name is Casey Calkins. But I also am known as Casey Caban and also Widu Shabambu. Now, a little background on that. About 18 years ago, I had some friends that applied some interesting sciences and came up with that name. Actually, through Tibetan numerology of all things, right? Casey Caban. And it resonated. And I've been a performer, a writer, a filmmaker for decades, a long time. So I adapted that AKA because, I don't know, it had a jazzy little sound to it. Casey Caban. And then I later invented another stunt double known as Widu Shivambu. And again, it was just, actually, I thought it was kind of hilarious. But, so I'm known as, basically 3 different identities. What a split personality. So anyway, I'm going to give you a little background. I came from a reasonably large family, 6 kids, and my parents were both creative people. And so my whole family mostly were artists, musicians, creative types. And so I learned a lot, being the youngest of the 5 boys. And so I kind of started early. I was a troubled kid, so I won't go into any of that. I had a lot of trauma. But by the time I was like 14, I started catering with my mother. Now, I learned some principles then. I actually excelled as a chef. I started dancing in my career. I was in New York by the age 19. I was chefing a restaurant by age 20. Catering to the stars. I moved to Los Angeles. I had a colorful career, a real colorful career. And I learned things, okay? So one of the principles, just so we get, this right, when you're catering, it's all about preparation. Now, I had preparation drilled into me. I worked, eventually under several different European chefs, Austrian, Swiss, German, and French, and they all had kind of the same idea, and that was mise en place, which simply means preparation, be prepared. So I was a good garnier. I knew how to put up beautiful display. I used to teach simple principles of taste, texture, and visual appeal to anybody I trained. And, don't ever touch any of my platters before I say go. I put a lot of work into it. And when I say go, help yourself. I'll be the first one to dish you up. But prior to that, I'll cut your hand off. Yeah. So principally, I understood this whole on passive because you have to be prepared. It's all preparation, mise en place. You have to be prepared before you serve. So I understand this. I understood it right from the get-go. Now, one of the things that I graduated to, I had a long, colorful chefing career. I then was introduced to the Amway business, and I actually flourished in Amway. I built an emerald ship. I was on my way to diamond. I was running a $250,000 a year business in the 80s out of a studio apartment in New York City. And eventually, things kind of went sideways. I won't go into the backstory on that so much, but I also looked at over easily 25 different other option or business opportunities, which I exercised. And in doing so, I really actually evolved myself, as I term it, as a successful failure. So, what kind of successes have you had in your life? Well, a lot of failures. I've succeeded in that, in marriages, relationships, and opportunities. So, and I'm okay with that. I've learned how to get myself up and dust myself off and recreate myself and all of those things, principally. And so, it furthered. My life furthered. I did a lot of research, a lot of study. I'm a weirdo. I make no bones about it. My ideas and attitudes and choices and things like that are not normal. So I never know what old normal, new normal. There's nothing normal about life if you're living it. And a lot of people just don't know how to live. They're just waiting to die. It's like they're filling out their life sentence somehow. And I don't want to go that way. I want to live. I want to breathe. I want to take life one day at a time and enjoy it to the best of my ability. And so, in reading, I've read a lot of books. And so one of the books that impressed me a great deal, I read it, a long time ago and had it in my collection. It's called The Four Agreements. Now, this was written by Miguel Ruiz. It's been translated in dozens and dozens of languages and republished into the millions. And, it's a little book that if you haven't read it, you might want to. And in its simple principle, there's four agreements, and they are as stated. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't assume anything and do the best you can. Pretty simple stuff, but not easy to do. Now, the thing about being impeccable with your word, most people sabotage themselves by their language. They use words that they've been conditioned to do, educated to do, indoctrinated into, and they're not words that would necessarily, by definition, serve you. So first thing I did is started dropping words out of my vocabulary. Not necessarily adding, but subtracting. Things like try. Now, try doesn't work. Never has, never will. Trying. By definition, it's a loser's limp. So I don't try anything. I'm either going to do it or I'm not doing it. I'll set my intention. I'll go after things. But I don't try anything. I just either do it or don't do it. So, there's many, many words. Can't, couldn't, shouldn't, didn't, won't. We're just indoctrinated into fear-based consciousness. A lot of guilt, a lot of jealousy, a lot of I can't do it. I was told that I'm not good enough, whatever. These are really bad stories to entertain. So being impeccable with your word and understanding the definition behind what you're saying is very important. It's just a life lesson. So, I offer this to you, just as a simple idea. Now, I want to talk in metaphor. I do that. I speak in metaphor and I speak in analogy a lot. So I'm looking at ONPASSIVE, and what Ashmafara is establishing, and the dream, the vision, is huge. It's beyond anything that I've ever seen. And I would say that probably all the founders are impressed at that level. They've never seen anything like it. It's unique. It's has everything was built organically. Okay, so the whole company from ground up, all the products, which are all AI and IT, digitally created, are proprietary. They're brand new. There's nothing that was, they didn't take spare parts to try and put this together. See, they didn't try, they did it. See the difference? So this is how it unfolded. And it's huge how this whole system was built. So let's just imagine that Ash decided to become a farmer. Let's say he wanted to create an apple orchard. Okay, so he secured land, you know, he prepared the soils, yeah, he planted the trees, and kept watering them, giving them sunshine, allowing so that they could grow naturally, organically. And, you know, people keep asking, well, you know, when do I make money? How do we make money? When are we going to do this? When are you going to do that? Well, any good farmer knows you can't push your product. You have to prepare it, coddle it, be conscious of it, and trust and allow it. As Lao Tzu, the founder of Tao, states, nature never hurries and all is accomplished. And that's what's happening here. That's exactly what's happening here. And when it's ready, when harvest is ready, those apples are not going to be little green apples. They're going to be ripe. They're going to be massive. You'll shake those trees and bushels and bushels and bushels of apples will be flowing. And when you become a founder, you get to also collect those apples, bushels, bushels, and bushels. So I'm patient myself. I trust that the launch is going to be the pre-launch. It's coming pretty soon. It just feels that way. There's like 50, 60 products that they're preparing to launch. We're now in 216 countries. We have 3 different operative buildings in the world, one in Orlando, 2 in Hazalabad, I think it's pronounced, India, which is the high-tech center of the world. It's even bigger than Silicon Valley at this point, where the best talent, the greatest human resource pool existed. That's why we're there. So these are important things to consider. Now, people either see this or they don't see this, and I'm okay with that. The beauty is I don't have to do anything. I don't have to really recruit. I'm not getting a commission. I don't have to sell anybody on anything. It's not required, and I like that part. That's why I walked away from multi-level and direct market and all that stuff, because I always had to push, and I got tired of pushing, okay? This way, I get to actually bring people up, really bring them in so that they can see the dream, okay? Because this is about a dream. It's all about your dream. How big's your dream? And let's see. Let's talk about what it takes to qualify. Just stop for a second. What does it take to qualify to become a Go founder on ONPASSIVE? Well, first qualification, you actually need to be breathing, okay? That's a good thing. Always remember to breathe. And the other qualification is have a dream. Now, you can have a little dream, a big dream. One of the things that I found consistent within the founders worldwide, I've heard people all over the world, and they all have a lot of heart, a lot of love. Comes top down. Ash Mafari has a big heart, big dream, very inspiring, innovative, evolutionary, and he's going to put the whole digital world on attention. It's inevitable. The products are just hugely superior to the existing products that people use every day. So why would somebody want to use our products? They're better products. You get all the products for one monthly low price instead of having to pay high prices for every individual product that people use. Facebook, Twitter, Google, Gmail, you name it, Instagram. These are all billion-dollar companies because people pay, okay? Now, it looks like, well, I get my Gmail free, I get my Google free. No, yes and no, okay? Just as a little user, but people that utilize these platforms and formats to promote their ideas, their business, this, that, and the other. Hey, if you advertise, you're paying. Now, you want to boost your traffic, you'll pay more. It's just how it all works. That's how it works. So imagine a company coming up with a better idea in that where it's not a win-lose, it's a win-win. Everybody wins. Everybody that becomes a part of ONPASSIVE, whether they're a founder or a customer or a reseller, wins. Everybody wins. Everybody makes money. Now, how do you make money? Well, like any other business, it's built on subscription. It's built on income streams. It's built on traffic. And all these things are being supplied to you as a founder. Now, why wouldn't you want to become a founder? It's $97, simply. And $5 processing fee. You got to pay the pimps. You got to pay the banks. If you're going to process your debit card or credit card, $5. So $102. 100% money back guarantee for life. So it's a zero risk. And what are the benefits? Endless benefits. Even if you do nothing, zero, nothing. But me, I'm motivated. I'm a motivated kind of guy. And I like to share good ideas. Imagine you went out last night and you had this amazing meal at this restaurant you've never been to. Now, usually what do people do? First thing, oh God, I went to this restaurant last night. It was just amazing. God, the food was so good, the atmosphere, the ambiance. People have a natural tendency towards sharing something they're excited about. I went to this movie, it blew my mind, da-da-da-da-da. So if you understood this, if you could see the big picture on passive, you'd do the same thing. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just enthusiastic. I share it because I see it. And I don't want to limit anybody. I want to allow everybody to see the vision for themselves. So I introduce it to lots of people. And what they choose, what they do, doesn't really matter to me. It's up to them. But I'm going to keep selling the idea. I'm going to keep allowing people to see the bigger picture if they can, if they will. Now, what other things are important to become, successful? I think it's principally based on your character. Your integrity, your principles, basically your, we'll just call them moral instincts, your centeredness, your spiritual guide, whatever that may look like to you. And, can you put it in your heart? These are big. And that's the one thing that really impressed me that I've seen all over this experience. Now, I haven't even been in 2 weeks yet. I already have a team, and I have a lot of other associates. Okay, so people are seeing it, and I'm grateful for this. Now, I was introduced by a dear friend, Clarence, who invited me in. Hi, Clarence. Love you, bro. And I do love this bro. He's amazing, honest, and has a great standard, great character, great integrity. I really love this man. But then he introduced me to Nathan, then I got to meet Ricardo and Everyday and his wife Jackie, and I've met Larry, and I've been watching tons of webinars, so indirectly I'm meeting all sorts of Go founders all around the world, even though I haven't spoken to them directly. But, I like to give shout outs. I appreciate all the people that are on the team. And that's all I am. I'm a team player. I'm in it to win it. I'm with everybody. It's a win-win situation. We're not here to see who can win, who can lose. We want everybody to win. If you have zero capacity or ability, you can still win. If you're a motivated person like me, I know I'll win because, it's just in the way it's set up. I can't go wrong. So, I appreciate the people that have already seen the visions. I got some homies, James Patrick and Gary and Madeline and Melanie. My friend Jean, there's other people. They're seeing it and they're getting in it. And they can just see it on the larger scale. And I really hope you do too. This is a awesome and beautiful opportunity. It's just amazing. And people are always asking like, well, how do I make money? When am I going to make money? Again, when this launches, that's when the harvest is ready and the bushels of apples will be falling from the tree and they'll be loading up everybody's baskets. You don't have to concern yourself. No worries, mate. This works. It's going to work flawlessly, seamlessly, and beautifully. And by becoming a Go founder, get in, okay? One of the great benefits of being a founder is that, number one, we're going to be the ones in pre-launch. We get to beta test all the products. So we'll be the first ones to look at the products and use the products, play with the products, to make sure everything's everything, that there's no little glitches and anything. We get to offer feedback so data will be gained. And so if there's anything that needs to be tweaked before the launch, it'll happen then. Once we launch, sorry folks, doors are closed, no more founders. Okay, that's it. Once we launch, no more founders. Right now, we're still not even at pre-launch, which makes it a $97 plus $5 to become a founder. Once we do pre-launch, the price is going to go up. Not super high or anything major, but it is going to go up. Once we launch, opportunity ends. You can't become a founder. You can become a customer. You can become a reseller, which will also win and benefit. Instead of just paying to use products, you're going to get paid to use the products that you represent. Now, that's just revolutionary. That's evolutionary. That is really conscious. So, again, I'm grateful. Yeah, I have a lot of love in my heart. I'm building my own tribe. I've been a tribal guy for a long time. I got brothers from other mothers. I got sisters from other misters. And I love tribe. I love people that have heart and consciousness and like to see everybody win in life. I'm that kind of guy. So, again, coming to you live. Well, not so live. I'm recording it live in the moment from Tulum, Mexico. Again, I'm Casey Calkins, Casey Caban, and we do Shabambu. Choose one or the other. We're all the same. Me and my stunt doubles. So, with all that being said, always remember, boom! You've just been loved. Be in it to win it. See you at the top. Ciao for now.